Hi guys. Um, I literally just did an hour. I kid you not, talking, and the volume was down on my video. A whole hour. You missed it. The devil is a lie because I was really telling you guys some good things. Hi y'all. Lovely Ruth. If you saw my video last night, I talked about my job and introduced myself, and we talked about a couple of things. But tonight, and I'm not gonna dwell because I'm just gonna make this real short because I literally spent 73 minutes of my time and talking away, and I talked about some really good things, and I did not have the volume up, and it sucks, and I can't fix that. So, oh my God. So I can recap it. I'm going to recap it right quick. I talked about, forgive me, I talked about uh my mom. My mom's birthday is tomorrow, and me and my daughter and my grandson, we went out to the cemetery to visit her grave and to visit my dad's grave. My parents are deceased, and next to them is my younger brother, and across the street on the other side of the cemetery, I have my older brother and my oldest brother, and then another brother. So we went to put flowers on the grave and visited. It was hot. I said it was hot. It was 101 degrees, but it was worth it, to go out there and say a little prayer, change the flowers and everything. I hadn't been in a while, so that's on me. But my mom's birthday, and we were, me and my sisters, my niece was talking about, my daughter was talking about my mom this morning, and we was reminiscing on some things she used to do or I mean, I was cracking up. So it was good. It was good reminiscing on her. I was talking about how June is a good month. My mom's birthday is Juneteenth. I have a niece and a brother's birthday this month, and it's a pretty good month. It's a pretty good month. I like it. I like it. And I was talking about family, how we, maybe that's the part. Maybe that's why it didn't record, because I had some good points on family get-togethers and getting along with your family members, and loving your family members. We supposed to love them even though we don't get along, but our family is so far apart. We're so far apart that it's crazy. It's crazy. So, you think that when your parents die or somebody in your family passed away, you think that that would get you closer. That would bring this family closer together. But it was just the opposite. It was like when our parents left, it was like we went our separate ways. And I was talking about how we don't get along. We can't depend on each other. It's like when we had our parents, we take a step back or life happens to us, we had somewhere to go, we had a roof over our heads. But it's different now. It's like people are self-absorbed, and people are for themselves, and it's like I just have enough of me, and it's horrible. And we try to ignore that, but that's reality. And it's reality in a lot of families. Not all families, but most families these days don't even get together for the holidays. And that's sad. Holidays are so sad to me now. It's like you could come get a plate, but we're not hanging out, or it's just so sad. It's not the same anymore. And I talked a little bit about that. You missed that. It was pretty good. I was talking about how we have to love. I have a whole lot of brothers and sisters. It was 13 of us. It's 10 of us left. We barely see each other. I talked about my older sister. I love my older sister. I love her. And we get along so well. And of course, my daughter and my son and my grandbaby, of course, we talk and deal with each other practically every day. And I appreciate that. I'm grateful for that. I wish my family was a little bit closer. I wish I did not um have to say this, but I actually one time prayed to God that he not remove me, but he show me a way in which I should handle this, because I was almost gone. I was like out the door with dealing with my family. I don't need them. I don't want to deal with them. It's too much. They crush your spirit. It's like they don't get you. I'm the black sheep of the family. It's like and that's funny because my niece my niece said she was the black sheep of the family this morning, and my sister go, there are no black sheeps. And so that tickled me. But being the outcast, or being the least one anybody would do anything for, that would have been me. That would have been me. And I feel that way. But I was telling God, I said, God, I can go I can do my own thing. I don't need my family. You tell me what I should do, and I'll do it. And as far as I'm concerned, if I don't hear from you, I'm out of there. They call me when they want to call me. I won't, make contact with them or everything. And it's so funny how that very right after that very prayer, one of my brothers called me and asked me to come to his birthday get together, and I said, yeah, I'll do that. Then one of my other brothers called and asked me, are you going? I'm gonna go if you go. And then it's like, okay, God, I get it. You don't want me to let go. Um, we didn't ask for our families, but we have our families. So learn to love your family. Learn to embrace them, because that's who God put us with. Even to learn from, or even to show things to, or whatever. Be an example to. And from that point, it's like I do my best to try to get along. I really do. It's hard at times. It's still a few that they don't want to act right. But it's not up to you to act right. I mean, it's not up to you to make them act right. It's you have to do your part. Just do your part, and everything else will fall in place. And I also said to the parents part, we love our parents. They raised us, they protected us, they were there for us. And those of you who still have your parents, I was saying go hug them, go tell them, just even if they do have Alzheimer's, or they get in there, or whatever they're going through, if they in their right minds and doing it, you know, uh, keeping it going, go in there and tell them, just say those words, I know, like they'll understand that, like, I know what it took to raise me. I know what you've been through, or what I caused you, you know, for me getting to this age. And that it's so good. I mean, I know they'll get it, and I know they will appreciate that. So, we don't have that opportunity, some of us, but those who do, please go and hug your parents and love on your parents, because love on your parents, love on them. And that was, one strong point that I had to make. And I did talk about loving on yourself. You gotta love yourself. You gotta know, who you are and what you're worth, and who God says you are, and that's what you believe. You don't believe anything else or anybody else telling you, oh, she just this and she that, or you this or you that, or whatever. Whoever say that, you got to know who you are, or you'll believe those things, and you will let people inflict those things on you, inflict fear, take your energy away. So you don't want none of that. You always got to think positive, and even if you don't believe it, think it. You know what I'm saying? I was telling you how on that video I was telling you how you have to me, for instance, I'll get bad thoughts to come in my mind, flow in my mind constantly. We get all these thoughts daily, constantly, every second. And there are some bad thoughts. And whoever say that we don't have bad thoughts, we have bad thoughts. We don't tell nobody, but we have these. Oh, I had these real um horrible thoughts. Like, I don't know where that came from. What would I think that, crazy. I'm not gonna even say it, because I cast down my thoughts immediately. When I have a bad thought, I cast it out. I immediately grab it, and no, I don't agree. Cast it out very, very quickly. So I'll keep the good ones. I'll capture the good ones, but those bad ones, I immediately throw those out. And you have to know that your thoughts create your reality. So what you're thinking about all the time, that's what you're going to see. That's what you're manifesting. That's what you're bringing into your world, into your life. So you have to be careful of that. And I was saying how the negativity and the things that's happening in the world and on the news and stuff, and I do not I do not let people put fear upon me. We all have fears. We have to deal with them. We have to know that, we don't have to live in fear. We can live like, you know, not saying that nothing can happen to us. It's bad things going on in the world all the time. You're not safe when you walk out the door, but you gotta know you have to walk out that door. So you can't put your mind in that state where something's gonna happen to me if I go out. You can't do that. And you can't be in agreement with people that tell you, oh, what if this and this gonna happen if you go out? It's storming. Don't go out in the storm because tell your kids to don't go to work because it's gonna be a hurricane. And we put those fears, and I do it sometimes. Sometimes I used to do it real bad, like tell my kids, don't go to work today, it's gonna flood, don't run your car in the flood. And I caught myself doing that, and I stopped because I'm not going to inflict or have their minds in that state of fear. And I don't want them to fear anything. I want them to trust their instincts. I want them to use their intuition. I want them to know, hey, no, I'm going to work because I need the money, and you know, sometimes the weather change and sometimes the weather get bad or whatever. I know. Know and trust God gonna get me to where I need to be, and that's what I install in my kids. And you gotta catch it. You gotta catch yourself before you put that stuff out there. And that's what I was talking about briefly. Man, that was a good video. I hope this sound is on. I don't know. This is not a lie, so I can't really uh yeah. It's what? So, yeah, I can't hold on. I think it's on. But I can't live we can't live in fear. We can't live in with those thoughts coming through our minds. Know that you are valuable. I talked about that. Know your worth. I talked about people putting their hands on you. I never was the type of person that, and maybe it's just me, and commend those women that go through battered relationships. I can't talk about that. I've never been molested. I've never been beaten. No, I can't tell you anything about that because I don't know. Somebody that went through that can tell you that story uh, about what they went through and what they survived. But I honestly don't think that God created anybody to hurt you deliberately. I can't even think of anybody that I would allow to break my skin, to beat me, to blacken my eyes, to beat me down, to my self-esteem is have to be already low in order to sometimes endure that. And then you beating that out of me, you spiritually taking my energy, and you destroying me, somebody God created, somebody that God lives in, and I'm allowing you to do. And that's, to me, it's living in the flesh, but I'm allowing you to do this to me. What is my value? What is my worth? You got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to say, hey, you know what, you're not gonna put your hands on me. I'm not big and bad. I'm a short woman. I am who I am. You gotta like it, or you gotta hate it or whatever. But I know if you don't like it, you don't have to be in my life. If you do, you're in my life. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. If the people in your life are meant to be in your life. That's all I can say about that. But you can't choose your family. Your family is there. You have to love them. You gotta love yourself before you can love anybody. You got to love who you are and who God made you to be. It's not about what you do. It's not about how you look. It's not about those things. You got to accept yourself. The bags under your eyes, the dense eyebrows, the hair, the long hair, the short hair, no hair, whatever, the skin tone, your lips, your teeth. You got to accept these things for yourself. You have to say, God knows who I am at the end of the day. God knows who I am when I take my makeup off, or my if I don't wear makeup, and if I'm down to my nothing on my body. God sees me. God knows who I am. So why do I have, I don't have to hide it from God. Why do I have to hide it from other people? People have to accept who you are. And you got to accept the fact that if they don't have to necessarily be in your life. They're there for a season. They're there to teach you a lesson. Yeah, people come in and out. I had boyfriends. I never been married. I want to experience marriage one day. But I guarantee you, from whom God created me to be, I know it ain't going to be nobody that's going to harm me. I know God has this kingdom man for me that's going to be strong, and it's going to be, with me and not against me. You know what I'm saying? So I know that that's going to happen for me. It's not it can be no other way. And like I say, I'm not criticizing or or talking about anybody that went through it. It's just like I know people that went through that, and I know how strong it made them. But everybody don't go that route. Everybody don't live that experience. And like life is not a bed of roses. You go through heartaches, you go through pain, you go through all kinds of stuff. And but all I'm saying is know your worth, know who you are, know whose you are, and then all these things, everything is going to, work itself out. Put God first, and everything is going to work itself out. I know it was a lot of times that I was, trying to do relationships by myself. I'll get this man, I'll get this person. I never was big on relationships. They lasted their little length, and I was okay with that because I was young and I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what I wanted. I thought I wanted temporariness. I thought I wanted, I need you for this or that or whatever. I never looked at the long run, and we choose these partners because we want to talk. We want adult conversations, and we want not to be alone or not to sleep in a house by ourselves. And we want somebody there to protect us. Yeah, we want those things, but at what expense? So I'm not saying that I don't want to be. I want to be married. I even said in the last video that I have this vision board and I have this particular man on there. I know I'm not going to get that man, but my ideal man is, he love and fear God, God fear man, strong man. Uh, ooh, but my ideal image of a man, what I wanted and what I kind of still want is a fireman because I tell my daughter, she's cracking up about that. I tell my daughter, I I see the firemen in the store, and it's like it's some type of admiration there that I have. Like they're so heroic and they're so strong, and it's like they running into danger instead of running from danger. So that's the kind of man we want, right, to protect us. And that's my image of the ideal mate. But I know God's sense of humor. He'll probably I probably meet a construction worker. I probably meet um somebody in the corporate business or somebody, different. So, it is what God wants us, and it is what it is. And that's my dream, guy. So who knows? I have to stop being timid. I have to stop being so expected of it. I stopped looking. I stopped looking a long time ago because if I'm doing it on my own, it's not going to work out. So I let God take the wheel on that. And I said that I want to build my confidence up a little bit more because I have this, you always have this vibe. You attract people according to your vibe. And I always do this. When I see a guy or meet a guy, for God speak to me, it's like I'll smile or whatever. And I immediately, go, uh, like go blank. Like he don't feel anything. He looks, he's feeling like I don't want to be bothered. Like I'm gonna go on. Like I give that vibe out like, I don't want to be bothered. Like I'm mean looking, or I give that vibe out like I don't want to waste my time. For a long time I did that and I didn't even realize that. I didn't realize that what I was shut in. My vibe was like it'll spring forth a little bit, but then I'll take it back in because I don't know if it's I don't know what that is, but I start thinking how, I need to be a little bit more approachable because at first I didn't want a man. I don't want nobody in my zone, want nobody in my I don't want to change for nobody. I don't want to have to do this and I don't want to have the responsibility. I don't want to make the room. You have to make room for what you're praying for. I said that yesterday. You have to make room for what you're praying for. So you have to, in your space, in your mindset, in your area, in your life, you have to carve out room for your ideal mate so you can attract him and that you can attract him on a higher playing level than you normally would. And so I decided to, let God take the wheel, but I'm not going to be closed out to the fact that there are nice guys. There are genuinely some good guys. I never said, oh, no more good guys. It's a lot of good guys out there. And you don't have to look for them. They can find you. You just got to be open and receptive to receiving what God has for you, and not just anybody. I'm not for just anybody. I don't I can't give myself to anybody. I can't be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I make myself know I make it known to myself, and I keep myself aware of the fact that um I'm not young anymore. I know exactly what I don't want. I may know exactly what I don't want more than I know what I do want. And so with that, going with that, I'm gonna tilt it to what I do want and pray for what the ideal man for me. Not I didn't say perfect, but the ideal man for me. You know what I'm saying? So we have to write down these little things of what we want in a man, but we gotta also write down how we want to feel about this person or how we want this person to feel about us, and the security and the make of him, or the his heart. Um you don't want just any man. You don't want a narcissist. You don't want a insecure man that's gonna take out his insecurities on you or make you feel small, or you know put the weight of the world on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want those things. So you got to start, and that's negative stuff. So you got to start thinking positive into what you want, even in a man, in life, period. You know what I'm saying? So I tend to, I see God first now. I don't do it no more. I don't go, uh, strolling for men in the grocery store. I don't go. I know I'm gonna meet my man. I don't know where I'm gonna meet him at, but I know I want to be prepared for it. I don't want to be. I'm gonna be caught off guard. I hope and pray that, because if I'm looking, I'll be feeling like I'm doing this on my own with my own, you know, self. And I don't want to do anything without God. I gotta acknowledge God about anything. I gotta pray about it. I gotta put him in it. God, what you think about this? Show me this, and you know where should I go? Which direction? What store should I go to? What gas station? You know what? I let God lead me. I let the Holy Spirit lead me to where I need to be. Therefore, I know I'm in the right place at the right time. So for a long time, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was like I'm posted up. I'm looking my best. I'm out there. If I run into a man, I'm looking my best. I got my best clothes on and my best hairstyle, and but I didn't have that energy. I didn't have that vibe. I didn't have that aura about me to attract a man, even if I had on my Sunday best. So it's all about the vibe. It's all about, you're not trying to pursue a man. I learned a long time ago that if a woman pursue from a woman, I just think like this woman looking for a man, and I don't approach men. So I used to think like if I go and approach a man and ask him, out, or ask him, I used to think there was so many things wrong with that. Like I'm so old fashioned, and I had to change my mindset. But I'm still That's where the confidence comes. I'm still not able to throw myself on a man. But now I've changed my idea of, you don't have to throw yourself on a man to speak to a man and tell a man, how you doing? Speaking to somebody, letting people know you're approachable. You're a human being too. You having a day, you want to know how his day going, or whatever. You're not throwing your out. And I hope a man don't get the wrong vibe. That's my way of thinking. Maybe they get the wrong impression, but I have to let go of that because they're only human. They might be having a bad day. They might just need a sign of, there are still good women out there. We are stereotyped. We are boss ladies, or we can take care of ourselves, and we got this, and we don't need a man for this and this. And I always say, well, dang, I do need a man. I want a man. Not that, I never said I didn't need a man. I never said that my money is enough. I don't need a man. I'm my own boss. This and this and that. Some women are, we boss ladies. We are. But I would never, we all, it's somebody for everybody. And I would not sit up here and say, I'm doing this on my own and I got this. And I do got it, but I want somebody with it. I do. I want a man, a good man, not just any man. I want a team player. I want a mate, a team. I'm, we'll be a team, put it that way. I may be saying that wrong, but it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, it was like, no, God, I don't want this. I was picking and choosing. No, I don't want this. And the men that I was interested in was cute men, and just fine men, and that I used to be attracted to the men with that's dressing up, the suits. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I was looking when I shouldn't have been looking, and I was choosing the wrong men. Those men was, I mean, I didn't have a relationship with them, but it's like that was my attraction. I thought I was like, that's what I wanted, and that's not what I wanted. Really, it was like when you're young, you want to experience all the things and personalities and all this other stuff. But fortunate enough, God had kept me safe and kept me aware of everything, and he showed me things that I should have seen. He showed me things in the nick of time. It never, the relationship never got out of hand. It never was dangerous. It lived this timeline, which was sometimes short. I never really, man, that's bad to say this. I didn't really never had a relationship that lasted over 3 to 6 months. I mean, that's not, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I always prayed that God will remove people from my life that's not meant to be in it. If I choose the wrong person, I'm choosing the wrong person. It's just, it is what it is. When God sends somebody in your life, and it's meant for you, it's gonna be for you. It ain't gonna be nobody's husband, it ain't gonna be nobody's boyfriend, it ain't gonna be nobody caught up in their ex-girlfriends, rebounding. I did some things in my life and I've asked forgiveness for, but I know that God forgives, and he and you learn your lesson and you move on. So I don't take past relationships into new relationships. I hadn't been in a relationship in a long time because I chose not to be. It's my choosing. It's not that I can't. It's not that I don't want. It's my choosing of, the right time. And when you have a lot to learn, when you have a lot to heal from, if you have a lot to understand and find out about yourself, then you have to do those things before you can bring somebody into your life. I mean, when I say make room, you have to make room. You have to carve out some time for that, your significant other. It's not going to be about you. It's not going to be about all your clothes in the closet. It ain't going to be about your shoes under the bed. It's not going to be about, your car in the driveway. It's going to be our stuff. It's going to be our laptop. It's going to be our phone bill. It's going to be our everything. It's not me anymore. It's not oneness. It's going to be um together. It's like No, if you're not ready for that, you're not ready to give up that, and then you really need to sit down somewhere. And I was sitting down somewhere. I was like over here in the corner, like, yeah, but you just got to be careful of who you let into your life. And if it don't feel right, it's not right. If there's red flags. If somebody show you their color, and I know you heard this saying before, they show you their colors, believe them. They show you who they are, believe them. Don't mask it up. Don't say, oh, that's just in when it's a full moon, or that's when he just his paycheck is short, or that's how he act when he don't get a breakfast. Stop making up these excuses for men and women. Stop making up excuses for how somebody should be and they're not. It's like, don't do it. Because we're going to end up with somebody that we're not supposed to be with, and we're pacifying them. We comforting them when we lose all our confidence and our comfort and our being and our spirits. We lose a lot trying to be not alone. So it's give it time. Sometimes it's good. If it's meant for me not to ever marry, that's okay with that. I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. If it's meant to be single and to help single women get through being single, that's okay with me too. It's whatever God wants for me. And I realize that it's not in my control, it's in God's control. He already mapped out our lives. And the sooner people get to understand that, the sooner their life can happen. And I look at TV and I look at shows and things, and I see these people with their big rings on their finger, and I look at their marriages and these weddings, and I say, oh wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I don't say stuff like, how did they get married? It's they were supposed to get married, or they were meant to be. And who am I to criticize that or be envious of that? Because that's a beautiful thing. I want that for myself. I'll be saying, girl, you go with that dress, or girl, that ring. I can only wish. I can only pray, and I'm happy that this happens to them. So yeah, yeah. And I look forward to, if God say, hey, you know what, it's time for you to do that. It's time for you. I didn't straighten this man out. I didn't brought this man from this point. He's ready. And and I'm ready. So when that point come, when that time come, I will be ready. So I need to get off of here. I really do. I talked about that. I talked about um, the fireman. I talked about how I'm grateful. I really am grateful for my family. I'm very grateful for my relationships I have with my friends. I pray for them. I don't have very many friends. My circle is real small, and I even appreciate that. And so when I am ready, when God say I'm ready, and when I have this need to speak to people, or help people, or coach people, or talk to people, maybe I can help someone. uh when God put me out there to do that, I want to be ready to do that. um I want to be healed enough. Oh, I smacked. I want to be healed enough and ready enough to be able to help someone. And I did say this though, about my family. If I'm not able to help someone in my family, um, does that mean I'm not ready to help someone outside of my family? So do I need to, you know, develop myself into being able to help my family, like with some kind of way, spiritually, some kind of way. Is God wanting me to do that first before he allows me to minister or talk to someone else? So that's something I'm gonna take into prayer with God. It's all about love. That's who he is, and that's who you want to be. Trust me. You want to be about love. You want to be about love. So in every area. So I'm I'm gonna pray for you guys. I am going to leave you with that. Man, if I look, I'm crazy. if I am not recording this because I don't know how to test it right now. I'll just go back and play, and hopefully you guys hear me, because it would be a horrible, horrible mess. I said so many wonderful things in that video, and I have to go back and read my lips and make sure I covered everything on this. But I know it's some stuff I left out. Talked about one of my sisters, which I try to help. It's just a lot. It's a lot. We'll talk about that on the next video. And I talked about um, being negative. You can't be negative all the time. Um, Stop complaining about the weather and the things that's going on in life, and look around you and see how God um, lights up the sky when after a storm, the sky be so crystal clear, and the 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 clouds are white, and even in the evening when the sun going down, he paints you a picture. I remember when I used to pick my kids up from school, I would wait after school to pick them up, parked outside the school, and I'm looking at the skies, and I'm like, God wants me to see this, and it was beautiful. I mean, every day I would try to look at the sky and see the paints, colors, and the things. And every chance we get, we'll see, look at the clouds and see how they're forming and how they're showing a picture in the colors. And God is, oh, He's wonderful. It's just so many things that he shows you, and we're constantly complaining and fussing and whatever. And then sometimes when I'm talking to a person, a stranger or whatever, I can change their mindset. It's like I could change them from talking, uh, complaining about the weather and the day and the traffic and this and this and this, and I can say a word, and then it'll turn their mind or their spirit around to looking at what is good about the day, what you saw, what are you feeling, what's good to come. This might have happened this morning, but what happened in the afternoon, what happened in the evening. So yeah, 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 that's what I like to do. um but yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. I really gotta go. And I hope that you guys enjoyed your day. I hope you guys enjoy your evening. I pray for your families and friends. If you want to come in or you want to talk, comment. Let's talk. And let's talk about other subjects, and let's just do it. Let's just do it. So thank you guys for joining me, and subscribe, if you can, thumbs up, or what the YouTubers say. And let me know how you feel about the topics and things. It's a lot of things that I need to get, clear out. I need to work on my speech. I need to work on my, presentations, the lighting in the room, and it's a lot that I have to work on. And I'll get there. If it's meant for me to speak, I'll speak. Um, Maybe try to do it as often as I can, and try to help people. That's my goal, is to help someone, somewhere. So you guys have a good evening, and I will catch you in the later video. All right? Bye.